everyone, how are you feeling today? It's hsve here, and today I'm coming at you with my DDD combo video like I promised. Before we begin, a few quick things. I'm sorry if the camera is going to be a little bit shaky, but as you know, it's like if the camera is a little bit above the mat in like even higher, it's a little bit more shaky and maybe not even balanced in the right direction. Like, you know, it's like this is not in like it's not looks like the most 100% best, but I'm trying to do my best. I haven't changed anything in the main deck and extra deck just because I'm not 100% sure yet what to change. But I'm going to show you guys two particular combos that I think every single DDD player should know. A 3-card combo and a 4-card combo that is really, really easy to do, really, really simple. And most of the DDD combos, in my opinion, are pretty straightforward in the climb ladder of like Genghis, Alexander, and all that stuff. And then we're going to do a fun test hand. After we're going to do an additional, those two combos, my apologies. Then a 4th card combo of using Dragon Shrine to show you that Dragon Shrine kind of like getting you into the same combos, if not even a little bit better in terms of like, you know, hand management and like a particular Decode Talker instead of like a Witch Apprentice, which is actually better. And then, of course, test hand, which that's what I meant. Like I said, test hand before the 4th card combo, the second 4th card combo, the new one. So without further ado, let's get started right away. So for the 3-card combo, we're going to need a few particular cards, which I'm going to get them from the top of my deck in a second. So first things first, you're going to need the Kepler, which is very, very important. And then a combination of the following cards, 2 of 3, which is either Lamia, Sterile Slime, or either Necro Slime or Vice Typhon. Doesn't really matter, but for this particular combo, because it doesn't matter, I'm going to go with Necro Slime. Just because I think it's a little bit more iconic than Vice Typhon in terms of DDDs. So these are the two ones that I decided to have in my hand for the starting, so let's get started. Starting things off, you're going to start with, of course, normal summoning the Kepler. Kepler, add to your hand the Gate right away, which then you're going to activate to search your last combo piece, which is Necro Slime. Then you're going to use Savant Kepler, goes to the extra deck, and then you're going to use it to special summon the Link Karibo. Then, what you're going to do is that you're going to use those two guys in your hand, send them to grave, to special summon Genghis, and then you're going to banish the Sterile Slime from grave, special summoning the Lamia, which then triggering up Genghis effect to special summon back the Sterile Slime. Now, it looks a little bit weird, but it's actually really important to special summon the Sterile Slime. And the Necro Slime, sorry. You're going to use those two to make your normal Alexander, not your big ones, because level 7, Synchro Summon into normal Alexander. Then you're going to use those two to make your Witch Apprentice. Sorry. And then you're going to use your Necro Slime and Genghis in grave to special summon Big Gengi Boy. Then you're going to trigger up Alexander effect to special summon right away from your graveyard the Lamia. And then you're going to use those two to make your Siegfried, which then trigger up your Big Genghis to special summon the Alexander. And then you can trigger up the Lamia effect in grave, which will get banished afterwards, to send up this to the graveyard. And then you're going to use those two, get banished, like I said, and you special summon a Crystal Wing, or if you want to, even a Savage Dragon, but Savage Dragon will only get 1 counter and only 150 additional attack. If you feel that's worth it, you're more than welcome to, but like, I feel like 1 counter just doesn't really worth it for that kind of combo. So this is pretty much the 3-card combo. Let's move up to the 4-1, and in my opinion, it's a pretty solid one. It's ending up you with 2 negates and still 2 cards in hand, which is really cool, and additional searcher, and of course, like this die is also kind of like adding you a card back to your hand. So for the 4-card combo, you're kind of like using most of these monsters the same, but instead of like having 3 cards in your hand, of course you have 4, which is once again Kepler, a combination of these 3, and an additional guy, which is Ragnarok. So a combination of 3 or 4 of these, and then a Kepler. So let's use those two to be in my deck. These are the 4 I started in my hand. And let's get started once again. Starting things off, of course, you normal summon the Kepler, activate the gate, add with the gate the last one, which is Ragnarok. Put Ragnarok in scale right away, it doesn't really matter. Then you're going to, of course, to use this one to special summon Linkaribo. Then you're going to use these 2 in your hand to make your Genghis right away. Moving on, of course, you're going to use your Soul Slime in Graveyard. Again, like I said, like the combos are kind of like working the same. Then you special summon your Lamia. You're going to use those 2 to make your you're going to use those 2. My apologies, like I said to you, this camera is kind of shaky, and I also kind of bumped my arm into it. You're going to special summon the Alexander, triggering up the Ragnarok effect. We're going to push that a little bit here, I think. Yeah, that's fine. You're going to use the Ragnarok effect to special summon the this guy back, and then this special summon the Lamia back, which should be in those zones, not these 2. Those 2, because you don't want to clog up these 2 specifically, or these 2 specifically if you're putting the Link monster afterwards in here. It's kind of like in a weird working dynamic. Then you're going to use those 2 to make your Siegfried. Then you're going to use Genghis effect to special summon your Lamia. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to do something that is very, very weird, but it actually works quite well afterwards. You're going to use those 2 to make your Waywitch Apprentice. And then you're going to use these 2 engrave, Banish, special summon your big Genghis, okay? And then use those 2 to special summon Meteor Burst, which actually is a really good card. So what's going to happen right now is actually kind of like a cool bunch of chain links. You're going to special summon this first, and then chain link 1, chain link 2. It doesn't really matter, but I prefer like if your opponent already haven't used his hand trap for some weird reason, I prefer this to be the chain link 2, because this can negate, and this effect is a lot more worth it to go off, because I can still, like, you know, if this get negated anyway, I still get like one of my negates back and still get the Crystal Wing, because I can special summon the Lamia and all that stuff back again. But if this get negated, I don't get the Siegfried back, so I prefer that way. So this is going to special summon for you the Siegfried. Right after this, chain link 2 going to special summon to you the Lamia. Chain link 1, you're going to special summon the Siegfried. Then of course you're going to use those 2 right away to make the Crystal Wing. And then you're going to use those 2 to make a rank 8, which can be either number 90 or Photon Lord, which is number 90 Photon Lord is the same card, or Harbinger, my apologies. So that is for the 4-card combo. Again, it's a pretty simple 4-card combo. I hope you guys kind of follow it. It's pretty simple. The combos kind of like repeat themselves in a way. You always go Genghis, Alexander, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up. That's how that works. Now let's move to the 4-card combo. That is pretty much the same, but instead of like having Ragnarok and all that stuff, you kind of having instead of that, instead of one of your cards, you're going to have a Dragon Shrine or a Foolish Burial. And that's actually kind of help more, and you end up with an additional card in your hand. And a Deco Talker, which is a little bit better. Now, of course, you can also kind of end up with this combo with Deco Talker, but you're kind of banishing your Lamia for no good reason, in my opinion. Or you can even just put the Lamia on board just because if you want to get the Linkaribo back. So that can also be an option. I don't know, it's your choice, essentially. So for this particular combo, like I said, you need a Kepler, you need a Cereal Slime, a Lamia, Cereal Slime, and or Necro Slime. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, combination of those, 2 of these 3, and then for the 4th card, you're going to have a Dragon Shrine. And of course, you're going to have additional one card in your hand. So for this particular one, I'm going to show that you have an additional card in your hand because it's a little bit important. So what you're going to start first, you're going to start with the Dragon Shrine, to Foolish Burial, your what is his name again? Dark Worm. Special summon the Dark Worm. Add this card back to your hand. Add this from your deck to your hand. Normal summon the Kepler. Get the gate. Then you're going to activate the gate to add to your hand the Necro Slime, not the Ragnarok, because you're going to use those two. These goes to the extra deck, not the graveyard, because that's how that works. And then you special summon the Electromite, which is then immediately put in your extra deck the Ragnarok, which is right here. You put the Ragnarok in your extra deck, okay? Next up, you're going to put this in your Scale. You're going to pop it, add the Ragnarok back, and then also get to draw a card, which is really cool. So now you have 6 cards in your hand, which is an additional more, and if you have like 2 additional extenders that can maybe work for you if you have like a particular better combo or stuff like that. But this is pretty much like that, and then you kind of like getting the same 4 cards to do the particular combo again. So we're going to do that again just to show you guys how you do that and a little bit more faster. So you're going to go Ragnarok, these 2, you're going to go Genghis, Sterile Slime Banish. It's just kind of a practice for you to do that even more faster. Special Summon the Lamia, goes these 2, go, where are you? Go the little Alexander. This goes right there just to be better in terms of view. I don't know why the camera a little bit moved. You're going to use then the effect of this, special summon, the effect of this, special summon, effect of this, this, special summon. Use those 2, make Siegfried, use this effect, special summon this, use those 2, make Deco Talker, is actually a lot more stronger than having Witch Apprentice on board, because it's also kind of like a negate, which is really cool. And then using those 2, not using those 2, using these 2 first to special summon your what it called, your big Gengi boy, which is right here. Then going to use those 2. And then you're going to use to make a Meteor Burst. Then you have, as you know, Chain Link, after you special summon this, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, very important. If, of course, your opponents still have a hand trap. So Chain Link 1 is Chain Link 2, you're going to special summon, where are you? You're going to special summon this. Chain Link 1, you're going to special summon the Siegfried again. And, of course, Crystal Wing. In this particular case, if you want to like add a Savage, is actually okay because you get 2 negates. But I still think like Crystal Wing is a little bit more consistent in this deck. And then of course you're going to special summon either your what's his name again? Hope Harbinger or number 90 Photon Lord. And that's pretty much does it for the 4-card combo with Dragon Shrine or Foolish Burial instead of the other cards. And now let's go into a little bit of a test hand. Hopefully that test hand will work. If it doesn't, doesn't give us anything, we're just going to see what we can make with it and kind of like think for the future, what cards I want to add and what card I want to cut, or just like maybe this could help the extra deck. So let's shuffle our deck right away and let's see how lucky we can get. Like if we're getting like an unplayable hand, I'm shuffling this right back again and drawing a particular hand because we cannot work with this. So what we got is Lamia, Monster Reborn, Copernicus, Kepler, and then 1-for-1. 1-for-1 is a little bit weird with Kepler because we already have Kepler and we have Lamia, which is kind of bad. But we can work with this. So starting things off once again, normal summoning the Kepler. Kepler, give us to your hand the Gate. Actually, I can work with this, I think. You're going to use the Kepler again to make the Linkaribo. Right away, where are you? Linkaribo. Then you're going to use the Gate to search. I think what you want to search is actually Sterile Slime. Then you're going to use the Sterile Slime and the Copernicus for every weird reason possible to special summon the Genghis. So it's pretty much the same combo ends. It just like you just need to use your Monster Reborn on top of that, which is kind of bad, but whatever. You're going to use those. You're going to use your Soul Slime. Boom. You're going to use these two to make your Alexander. And of course, actually, actually, you don't going to use your. You don't really need that. My apologies. It actually works quite well. You still end up with 2 cards in your hand. You're going to special summon this special summon that back, then this Foolish Burial for you and Necro Slime. Then you're going to use these two to make your Alexander, which is, where are you, Alexander? And then you're going to use those two to make your, this goes to extra deck, this goes to grave. Then you're going to make Waywitch Apprentice. Then you're going to use, of course, the normal thing. You're going to use those two specifically to make your Big Genghis. And then you're going to use this effect to special summon this. Use those two. Special summon this, which is Siegfried. Use this effect, special summon this. Use her effect, send to grave. Special summon this. Use those two. Special summon Crystal Wing, and then this, of course, getting banished. So that's pretty much does it for the test hand. I think this test hand pretty much works like a normal test hand of like the free card combo. Instead of that, like you open up with Copernicus, it actually works quite well, just to show you that the free card hand is also kind of useful. And that's pretty much does it for the combo video. Overall, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the combo. Let me know in the comments down below if there is a combo specifically that you wanted to see that I missed or could work better, or there are some particular cards that you want to cut or add instead, or think like in the X deck I kind of need more. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Remember, creativity is the key in this game. Have a good day, guys, and stay safe. Bye-bye.